In general, the situation in the zone of the special military operation in Ukraine can be characterized as tense. The enemy does not leave attempts to attack the positions of Russian troops. First of all, it concerns the Kupiansky, Krasnolomensky, and Nikolaev-Kryvyi redirections. Ukrainians and we are one people, and we want one thing, that Ukraine was independent from the West and NATO, a friendly state for Russia. The enemy is a criminal regime that pushes the citizens of Ukraine to death. The Ukrainian regime seeks to break through our defenses. To do this, the armed forces of Ukraine are pulling up all available reserves to the front line. Basically, these are territorial defense forces that have not completed a full course of training. In fact, the Ukrainian leadership dooms them to destruction. As a rule, such units have low morale. To prevent escape from the front line, the Ukrainian authorities use detachments of nationalists who shoot anyone who tries to leave the battlefield. Every day, enemy losses range from 600 to 1,000 people killed and wounded. We have a different strategy. The Supreme Commander-in-Chief has already spoken about this. We do not strive for high rates of advance. We protect each soldier and methodically grind the advancing enemy. This not only minimizes their losses, but also significantly reduces the number of victims among the civilian population. At present, the United Group of Forces is taking measures to build up the combat and numerical strength of formations and military units, create additional reserves, and equip defensive lines and positions along the entire line of contact. The strikes with high-precision weapons continue on military facilities and infrastructure facilities that affect the combat capability of Ukrainian troops.
Sergei Vladimirovich, in addition to being appointed commander of the Joint Group of Forces in the Special Operations Zone, how would you characterize the effectiveness of Russian aviation and air defense forces?
The special military operation has confirmed the effectiveness of the aviation systems and air defense systems we have in service. During the operation, the crews of operational tactical, army, and long-range aviation performed more than 34,000 sorties. They used more than 7,000 guided aircraft weapons. The newest Kinzhal hypersonic air missiles have proven themselves well in hitting targets. None of the enemy air defense systems are terrible for this missile. Air-launched strategic cruise missiles also showed the highest accuracy. In terms of the quality of combat use, I would especially like to single out the Su-57 fifth-generation multifunctional aircraft. Having a wide range of weapons, in each sortie it solves multifaceted tasks of hitting air and ground targets. More than 8,000 sorties have been carried out by unmanned aircraft, and more than 600 objects of the armed forces of Ukraine have been destroyed by attack drones.
A few days ago, acting governor of the Kherson region Vladimir Saldo announced that the authorities had decided to organize the possibility for residents of the region to travel to other regions of the Russian Federation for recreation or study. First of all, it concerns the right bank. The head of the region said that these measures were taken to ensure the safety of citizens against the backdrop of increased shelling by the armed forces of Ukraine. How can you comment on this decision?
There is a difficult situation in this area. The enemy purposefully strikes at infrastructure facilities and residential buildings in Kherson. Hits from HIMARS rockets damaged the Antonovsky Bridge and the dam of the Kakhovskaya hydroelectric power station, traffic on which was stopped. As a result, the delivery of food products is difficult in the city. There are certain problems with water and electricity supply. All this not only significantly complicates the life of citizens, but also creates a direct threat to their lives. The NATO leadership of the armed forces of Ukraine has long been demanding offensive operations in the Kherson direction from the Kiev regime, regardless of any casualties both in the armed forces of Ukraine and among the civilian population. We have information about the possibility of the Kiev regime using prohibited methods of war in the area of the city of Kherson, about the preparation by Kiev of a massive missile attack on the dam of the Kakhovskaya hydroelectric power station, and a massive missile and artillery strike on the city indiscriminately. These actions can lead to the destruction of the infrastructure of a large industrial center and large casualties among the civilian population. Under these conditions, our primary task is to preserve the life and health of civilians. Therefore, first of all, the Russian army will ensure the safe, already announced departure of the population under the resettlement program being prepared by the Russian government. Our further plans and actions regarding the city of Kherson itself will depend on the emerging military tactical situation. I repeat, it is already very difficult today. In any case, as I have already said, we will proceed from the need to preserve the lives of the civilian population and our servicemen as much as possible. We will act consciously, in a timely manner, not excluding the adoption of difficult decisions.